CRISP is an NGO based in Berlin, Germany that organizes conflict management seminars and specializes in conflict simulations. In October 2008, CRISP conducted ConSim, a conflict simulation seminar in the village of Novo Brodo in Kosovo. The idea of simulating the different scenarios of conflict is inspired by the notion that any effort to end conflict begins with a deeper understanding of the roots of any such given conflict. The simulation as it is conducted by CRISP provides the means necessary to create that type of understanding. In order to involve the people from various regions and to share the concept of simulating conflict, members of CRISP travel to Serbia, to Macedonia and Kosovo. Their mission to present the project idea to members of local NGOs and together establish a common framework for the project.
Welcome to the third step of our information tour. Now comes the most important part actually for us, actually the thing why we came here.
The game is round-based. That means we've got 12 rounds during the 3 days. Each round is about 1 hour.
At these meetings, the project idea was presented and discussed. Together, the goals of the project were defined, including the importance of networking, the possibility to step into the role of a political actor and thereby experience a change of perspective, the opportunity to test problem-solving strategies, and finally, to pass on the methodology of the conflict simulation. Drawing up the simulation continued until October. Then CRISP warmly welcomed 20 participants from Serbia, Macedonia and Kosovo in the village of Novo Brodo. To prepare the participants for the simulation, CRISP invited local peace and conflict management experts. The trainings included sessions about conflict analysis, identity and stereotypes, the mapping of the actors and the preparation of the roles and the rules of the simulation. At the heart of the seminar lies conflict simulation game, issuing the Kosovo conflict. For 2 days, the participants prepared for the simulation and for their roles. At the eve of the simulation, they were ready to step into the role of a proper political actor of the Kosovo issue.
Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bejet Patsoli.
I am Hashim Pachi. I'm the current Prime Minister of Kosovo, I think.
The High Representative for the Common Foreign and Security Policy.
And I'm a Prime Minister of Serbia.
I am a Special Representative for Kosovo.
I'm son of former ambassador of Yugoslavia to the Latin American countries.
Therefore, the only diagnosis can be that Kosovo is to remain a part of Serbia.
Lavrov, myself, as a foreign minister of Russia, and the Russian people will give support to the Serbian people.
The Radical Party is important to Kosovo to be resolution 1244.
God bless Russia.
The next morning, the simulation started.
I would like to welcome you today here at the simulation. We like to offer you here to follow your interests, pursue them, act together, negotiate, come to some conclusions in whatever way you fit and see it fit.
Starting cautiously, the actors quickly grew accustomed to playing a role, and after a few rounds, the events quickly unfolded. At the end of each round, the media summarized the significant changes that had happened so far in the game.
Apparently, Russia and the United States are in agreement of opening the mine, which can be seen as a sign of cooperation between the two countries. This can be seen as a very interesting move concerning the tension between Moscow and Washington over the recent escalation in Georgia. However, the Kosovo-Serbian minority is not amused.
Developments we've had. Macedonia recognized Kosovo, so what does it mean for you?
Well, that's another huge step for Kosovo.
From our side, that we support the Macedonian government with the financial resources.
And all Actually, I can say that Russia also advised us that we should stay out of this and wait for a while until the ICC have raised the decision, but we decided to accept Kosovo as a state.
It means a lot. It's a great step for stabilizing the region.
Sure. And even Taci have most of the population, so we are trying.
Despite the surprising recognition of Kosovo by Macedonia, Hashim Thaci's position still remained quite a challenged one. The reason was the emergence of a new political party called Future Now, which formed under the leadership of the infamous Ramush Haradinaj. Future Now, enjoying wide support by both the business community and the public media, centered its own agenda on criticizing every policy of the current Kosovo government under Hashim Thaci. Haradinaj and his supporters wasted no time in immediately calling for new elections, thereby further disturbing the domestic political situation.
Elections here in Kosovo are very close to us, and for that we have to honor guests, Mr. Thaci.
Good day.
Same to you. And Mr. Haradinaj.
Good day.
I will have to say that Mr. Thaci is working against the future of Kosovo. He just made a coalition with Mr. Kurti, who is against the EULEX and EU missions in Kosovo.
I think we're gonna win by the greatest difference the world has ever seen. I mean, our program is so good, and Mr. Thaci has made every mistake there is to make in a book.
We believe that is the only way to peace and sure independence. Only if we have support of international community and Western countries, we can defend our independence. Okay. Shame on you. Shame on you. On your lies. Which roads? Where are those roads?
We have support from Mr. CDU.
The simulation continues and Future Now firmly fights for more political influence in Kosovo. With all the election campaigns underway, it is subjects such as road construction that dominate the domestic political landscape. Now, with everybody in Kosovo preparing for the upcoming election day, it is at the international level where the hotly debated future of Kosovo is going to assume a more definite shape.
Sensational news. Something that nobody would ever believe could happen during the next round.
In the name of government of Serbia, decided to recognize Kosovo as a state. We have all support from United States and European nation. This is the best decision for the future of Serbia and stability and peace in the region.
Maybe you can find out which time slot for the round.
I've got to tell people that support. I do.
I just want to say
For 2 days, the participants of ConSim experienced the variety of problems surrounding the Kosovo issue from an inside perspective. Playing the role of a political stakeholder, be it the president of a country, a local politician, a businessman, a political radical, a journalist or a member of an international political body, the participants felt firsthand what it is like to be involved in complicated political processes. They challenged each other, they bargained and argued, they built new political alliances while pursuing their respective and always changing personal interests. They fought for influence, they fought for change, or they tried to preserve the status quo. They all got pulled into the dynamics of a political conflict in which the outcome often remains unpredictable. Simulating a political conflict is an intense and challenging experience. Whether a conflict escalates or de-escalates remains the sum of all actions as they are performed by the actors themselves. Facing losers and winners in the simulation, stress and frustration as well as joy and excitement are guaranteed. Therefore, it is important to provide a fixed framework for the seminar and a supporting environment for the conflict simulation, including space for stepping out of the roads and immediate space to talk about the experiences made. CRISP would again like to thank the participants and the people of Novo Prodo for their participation, assistance and enthusiasm, which allowed ConSim to be a constructive and positive experience.
I think that I really went a bit more than that my character would allow me.
Yeah, but if nobody plays the game, also there will be no game.
Thank you.
Maybe like to think, to find for a solution.
Yeah, but I think with cooperation of university in Sri Lanka would be the best.
If really the whole world is dependent on the Russian gas and oil, and it's cutting just gas and oil, you can influence everything. And it's a bit like, fuck, really fucked up in this world.
I'm not saying, I'm not writing down luggage. You don't live in what?
Great diversity here, a lot of interesting people, and the experience in the simulation game, everything was fun. And the place was awesome, and the locals were very supportive.
And up, and down, and up, and down, and repeat that and get faster and say well done. Thank you, guys.
This is